Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Ayoto First Look. And today we're going to take a look at Remnants of a Beautiful Day. It's a psychological 3D platformer art game. It's made by From Soy Sauce, and it's confusing to say the least. And I have some issues with it. It's first of all, it's a very nice concept, and it's a difficult platformer, and it's hard to understand exactly what your objective is all the time. At least in the beginning, it was a bit confusing for me. But I guess that is sort of part of the exploration. He calls it an anti-game, though I wouldn't say it's not a game, but if it would be a better game if the controls worked properly. And if they were easy to understand. There are a few issues when it comes to controlling your character. The fact that your mouse will actually go off the screen if you have a 2-monitor setup like I do. But it is like the color scheme is incredibly beautiful. And I think that is the most important part to take away from this. And there you can see again like parts where it just doesn't work like it's supposed to. The jumping, and you have to like double press, and it's annoying to say the least. But this is also a beautiful transition scene. So it goes from evening to night evening. Or like afternoon to evening. I think it evokes a lot of emotion. And it's very different from what you would be used to in a game. Though, I feel like every time you jump, you have this short, like this short fall that's directly vertical. And it sort of halts you, and it feels a bit janky. So, that's mainly my gripe with it. Also, I think it needs to be slightly more optimized to run on a game, to run on the PC. But it is a indie game, so I can understand. See, this is where I was confused the first time around. Like, I didn't know where to go, but then I was like, okay. So I just, jumped off there. And then you get transported to a whole new world. I think the transitions are a bit too sudden. I think he would do much better if he was able to, as he did with the bridge, and make that happen. I think the game would achieve a lot more in its message if it utilized transitions better. Because right now it feels like I'm just moving between set pieces in a puzzle game. It feels more like Mario than it does art, because the set pieces are so forced together and not and they don't create a natural world. However, I do think they're all like they're very nice in their own way, and I love the music. The music is really, really good. So just listen to that. I mean, yeah, it has great music and great ambient sounds, and for an $8 price tag, I think that's a little steep. And I don't know if I would pay that much for this game. I think I wouldn't pay more than maybe $5 at tops, because it still needs a lot of work, in my opinion. Even though it's still a beautiful game and a great concept for a game, just make a puzzle art platformer. It's a great concept, but I think I would get more out of it if the controls actually worked properly. But that's just me, I guess. Maybe. But yeah, no, I think the message is very nice, or at least the feelings it provokes are great. And the part that's coming up made me incredibly anxious, even though there was nothing to feel anxious about. Oh, yeah, here. Because suddenly you lose what's under, like, you lose your ground, and then you're just dumped into this strange world with these glowing red roots coming out of the air, and these hands, and that's the music here, the just ambient music. For some reason, it all made me very anxious. I didn't know why. I couldn't really explain it. There was, like, I didn't feel like I was supposed to be anxious, or like naturally I would be anxious, but it still just made me feel very anxious, which was strange. And you know, you don't often get you don't often feel those kinds of emotions when playing games, which was interesting to me. And of course the janky controls are still a bit annoying because they block you, and that's the only thing. It sort of breaks the immersion, and that is really the only major gripe I have with the game, is the fact that the controls just take you out of the experience. Because I think it's a beautifully made game, but just the problem with the controls are just killing this game, honestly. Just still makes me feel a bit anxious. I don't know if you have to be playing it, or if you can feel it by watching. I don't know why. Maybe he has some sounds that I don't know what those sounds are called right now. I forget, but there are sounds that are designed to make you feel anxious, but I doubt it. But it still just weirdly makes me feel anxious, mostly because I don't know exactly what's going on, and these hands are just like grabbing at nothing, and they don't do anything, and it's confusing. But I guess this is my drop-off point, so into the lava zone. And here, oh yeah, this is where the platforming begins. Well, I'm gonna end it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is still a confusing game. It's an art game, but please fix the controls. I need better controls, because that would make this game like 100 times better. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the game in the link down in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.